Hey, you horror-loving freaks. This is Eric Bindle. You may know me from the Horrorholics or Home Video Holocaust. But right now, what's most important is that you are watching Mr. Tony of the Dead. Cheers.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Mr. Tony of the Dead here, and I have another movie review for everybody out there. And this one's going to be on My Stepmother is an Alien. This is from Arrow Video USA, and it's directed by Richard Benjamin. This movie is about this widowed astronomer named Steve Mills, and he's played by Dan Akroyd. And he's like, trying to reach this, another, celestial kind of thing, like bouncing like a message out there that's supposed to take like 91 years, for a response back. It's going to take 91 years total out to get out there and then back, so he's not even going to be alive if they ever get a response. But it happens during this lightning storm, and what happens is the lightning boosted the signal, and it went all the way out past our galaxy to another galaxy. And so they like, wow, we broke the speed of light and everything's great, but what happened was it blew up everything, so he had no proof, so he got fired. And then after that, he, is just at home with his daughter, who's her name is Jessie. She's played by Alyson Hannigan, who this is her. It says introducing Alyson Hannigan. So this is her like first movie. And if you don't know who she is, she's mostly known for like a Buffy the Vampire Slayer or How I Met Your Mother. The American Pie movies, like that. So she's like, you could tell it's her. She just looks really young. Seth Green's actually in here too as well, and he's really young in this, but he has like one scene. And what happens is when this signal got boosted out there, there's this like, advanced race of, aliens, and they want to know like how they did this, because Earth is basically like this, dumpy planet. We're not as intelligent as them. Like they use like way more of their brain, like 100% compared to like us. So like they're very advanced, but something's going on with their planet. So they send in their, medical field kind of. I forget what they called her, and she goes in and they want to find out how he did this so they could save their planet, and without revealing that she's an alien. So obviously it's Kim Basinger shows up, and she's supposed to be like the most beautiful woman in the world, and everybody loves her. Like she's very strange too, because they try to give her background on Earth and Earth culture and all that stuff, but they're kind of like getting it all wrong. And it was supposed to take like 20 minutes to learn everything about the Earth, but because she's getting dressed and all this other stuff, it's like the time is going down, so she only learns a little bit in a short amount of time. So she comes off as really, really weird and goofy. But Steve, played by Dan Akroyd, finds it amazing. Like he's like very impressed because she's a very beautiful woman, but there's something about her. He's like, I don't know, she's so crazy, so weird. Like he's so interested in her, and she's shown that she likes him too, but she really doesn't know about Earth things, like their culture and their advancement in the other galaxy. They don't have sex anymore. There's no wars and everything's peace and stuff like that. But they're, like I said, they're planets dying. So she's learned about all this stuff on Earth, and they basically like he's not going to work because he's like in love with her. He's like infatuated with her and everything. He's showing her things on Earth, that I guess again that they don't have anymore. So she's really liking this. And also in her purse in bag is this little alien thing that you can see. It's on here. It kind of looks like it should be in like one of the Gorgonites or something. It looks like one of the Gorgonites. Kind of like is also like a part of the I don't know what you call it, like part of the team, and actually in charge of her actually, and like gives her all the information, stuff like that. Kind of a bitch, in a way, but they're funny. They're a funny team up, and Steve's daughter isn't having this. Like she's happy for him, but yet she finds out, oh my God, this woman is not of this earth. She catches her drinking batteries, and like big double, I don't know what they were, C batteries or something, D batteries, and she's sucking them down like crushing them like a soda can. So, and of course the father don't believe any of this, but the whole thing is her trying to get this information out of Steve to like how he did it, and he doesn't know how he did it. It was like a freak accident. So she wants him to try to recreate it and everything, and it just goes on from there. And she's learning about Earth, and she's also, without realizing it, falling for him. And he's, like I said, he's right away head over heels with her, in love with her. And again, like I said, everybody loves her when they meet her, because like I said, she's strange, but she's very beautiful, and there's just something about her. And Dan Akroyd, his brother in the movie is John Lovitz, and he's a sleazeball, but he's so good. He's like one of my favorite characters in this movie. I'm a big Dan Akroyd fan. I've never seen this movie before. I've heard about it in the past, but I never watched it. I don't know why. It's like, I don't know. It looks amazing. Like, this looks amazing. It sounds good. Everything, it's good. It's a comedy. I think it aged a little bit. It's funny in a way, but it's a little cringy at times. I think if I would have seen this back in the day, I would have really liked it. But nowadays, watching it, I'm like, I don't know. That's like, it's really strange. Like, if I saw a woman like her at a party, I don't care how good looking she was, I'd steer clear of her, because she's a little too out there. She's literally out there, but like, she's a little too fucked up. Like, oh my God, don't go near that girl. She's on something. I wouldn't want to go near her. But Dan Akroyd, I fucking love how he is in this movie. I love his, because he's like a genius, and they're forgetful and everything. But he has a daughter and he loves, and he also lost his wife. That's why it's obviously his stepmother. The wife died like a few years earlier in that. So, and they don't really go too much into that, but it wasn't a bad movie. Like, I did like it, but I don't think I would like really watch it again. There's some CGI moments in this. I should call it CGI, a green screen kind of thing, with like their ship. The ship coming in at times, it looked pretty cool. Like, I was like, okay, but then there's like a part like toward the end where they land, and a car is getting driven onto it, and you could just tell that it's not really happening. It's not really a ship or whatever. But it takes off, and it's like, okay, it's like a computer animated thing. I guess because of the Blu-ray, it didn't age very well. I'm sure on VHS it looks kind of neat, but it's just cleaned up too much for that. But what do you expect? It's not like compare it to a real one. You know what I mean? It's just to take it with a grain of salt, I guess. But like, it was fun. And like I said, John Lovitz, as much as you like him, like I said, everybody loves her. He like does love her, and there's something that happens, and he's like gonna confess his love to her, and he's like, I'm sorry, Steve, I hate to tell you this, but your wife, I'm in love with your wife, and blah blah. And that's another thing too. Okay, now I know there's moving fast, and it's a movie, but like, this is the one thing that's like not believable. It's like the next day he asks her to marry him, because she has to go away. She only has like 24 hours on Earth to figure this out, on how to save the planet. And he's like, I can't think about work, unless I'm married to you or have you or something. So she's going to marry him, so he goes back to work and figures this out. So that's why she's going to marry him. And he gets married, and it's like really quick. It's like, okay, I understand. People get married sometimes. I just met them, but I'm going to marry them. There's something about them. But it's just, I don't believe that. It's like, oh, it's so quickly. And then the thing that is very unbelievable is, all of a sudden, in like 2 hours, they have dresses, they have outfits, tuxedos, I was gonna say suits, but they have like all everything. Like it's gonna get married at the house. It's like, how did that happen in that quick amount of time? You know. And Juliette Lewis is actually in this as well. She doesn't really have like a big part or anything, but it was nice to see her in this 1988. I guess that's a year before Christmas Vacation. So she looks like Audrey in Christmas Vacation. I always like Juliette Lewis. I really like seeing her in things. Like, I think she's a great actress, but she didn't really have a big part in this. Jessie Alyson Hannigan. I liked her, but it was she did a good performance, I'll say, because she had this one part where she has a breakdown because she's telling her father she's an alien, and he's not believing her, and she really breaks down and cries over it. And it's not just like a tantrum, it's like you could see the pain in her eyes of how much it hurts that her father, her hero, she's been there since obviously birth, that he doesn't believe anything she's saying, even though she knows it's true. And you could just see the hurt in her eyes, and it's really, really something to see. Like, I thought, wow, that was a good performance for an introduction. But the very first time you see her, she's shooting basketball, and she's like yelling at the hoop, like, "Why can't I dunk?" And it's like, oh my God, it was kind of corny, but I think she did she played a good performance and stuff. She did a good job. Kim Basinger, I can't imagine how many times they had to do parts over, because she's like trying to like learn how to kiss, and like the bag is showing like a video behind him, which I don't know how he doesn't see it or see a projection, but whatever. And she's watching like these old movies, so like she's kissing him all over the place, and like she'll slap him and stuff like that, and he's like, whoa, holy crap. But I don't know. I mean, she did a great job, but it was just so awkward in moments, and it's just like, I was like, oh my God. I don't know how they didn't laugh. I'm sure they did laugh. I'm sure they took a lot of time. But there's one part where she's like reaching in his pocket, forget for what, and she's obviously going a little too far to the front, and he's just leaning back like and rolling his eyes and stuff. It was like typical Dan Akroyd like facial expressions. Fucking, I lost it. I was like rolling on the ground. Like, it was. There's a lot of good characters, a lot of funny characters. Like I said, John Lovitz is my favorite one in this, because I love John Lovitz. He's a nice guy. He could be a nice guy. He could be but when he's like slimy, cringy kind of guy, he thinks he's a ladies' man and everything. Pulls up in his Rolls Royce, and he's the kind of guy in a movie where pulls up to the front of the fucking building with this expensive car, gets out of it, and then turns around and admires it and everything, and has to clean the little hood ornament and that. That's how he is. And he's going in there to get his brother to go for cocktail hour or something like that with I forget what it was. They were like these girls. He's like, come on, let's go. You know how he is. He's like so good in this. But he's also, I started not to like him after a while too, because he was trying to get his brother's wife, and I was like, no, that don't sit right with me, But it was a funny movie. It wasn't like super funny though, I'm glad I got to see it. But I think if I would have grown up watching this in the past, I think it would have been different how I felt about it now. But seeing it for the first time, it wasn't, it was like, oh, okay, I saw it. I don't know if I'd watch it again. If it was on TV and, somebody was watching it, I'll watch it, but I'm not just like, I'm in the mood to put that in. But I like seeing Dan Aykroyd. I love Dan Aykroyd. I think he's fantastic. I'm a big Dan Aykroyd fan, but I'm surprised I never saw this. But yeah, and it's surprising to see who the villain is in this, because there's always like a villain, but who turns out to be the villain. It's crazy. But the ending's a little cringy too. I don't want to say anything that happens, but like there's like these three guys that are like in charge of everything, and she reports back to them, and they see them in the sky and everything, and they're kind of dickheads, you know, set in their ways and that, and they're trying to like tell you like, why shouldn't we destroy Earth? And it's like I can't remember the guy's name. It was like the guy goes ah cha 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 cha, and they do like a music number, and it was so cringy. Like, it's so cringy, but it was cool because it's Dan Akroyd. But it's like, oh my God, if this is your reason why we shouldn't destroy Earth, because of sneezes and love and making love and blah blah, and then the guy, I can't think of his name, but I'm like, oh, okay, we're dead. You know, we're dead. But yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it, but it didn't hit like it would have, like I said, if I saw it a long time ago. I'm sure I would have liked it a lot back in the day, being you know, I like it, Dan Akroyd, but I don't know, it just didn't, you know, falling in love that quick and everything. I just don't believe it in that. Yeah, I believe in love, but I don't believe like in getting married that quick. You know, it's just strange. But again, it did look really nice. It was cleaned up, well, way too good actually, and it sounded really good as well. The one thing I'm disappointed in with this is that in the special edition on here, like the contents, there's no interview with Dan Akroyd, no Kim Basinger, no Alyson, Hannigan, Seth Green, John Lovitz, and other people. None of them are. It's just the director. It just says brand new audio commentary with critic Brian Ressman. But there's nothing. There's not a lot of special features, which is very disappointing. It's just that kind of let me down. I was like, I would love to see what Dan Akroyd would say about this, and you know what happened on set if he can remember, you know, like that. I know Kim Basinger has been out of the scene for a long time, but it would have been cool to see her on here. Seth Green's and things all the time now. I would like to, and Alyson and Hannigan. It would have been nice to see all of them like get together and do a commentary for this. That would have been great, but it's not here. And I would have listened to that commentary. Like, that would be one I would want to hear. But nothing. It's a cool addition if you like the movie, but if you're looking for updates on everybody in that, I mean, you know what things going on with Dan Akroyd and that, but you know, there's not much to it. But if you're a fan of the movie, it's definitely, I mean, I never saw the VHS. It's an upgrade. I'm sorry. I know what VHS looks like. This is an upgrade. So if you're really a big fan of this, this is probably definitely for you. And it does come with this nice cool slip and this new artwork here by Colin Murdoch. And I do like the artwork. It's nice. And you get the same artwork under here. But it does have the reversible sleeve inside. And I believe that's the original cover. So they kind of like stuck with the original cover for this, but they kind of zoomed it in. And to be honest, I like this artwork better than this. It doesn't really get me to want to watch the movie, you know. But pretty cool. And the dog was cute. I feel bad for the dog. But the Blu-ray actually looks kind of neat. I like that. And it is region A. And then you have a booklet, and the booklet has the radio, the satellite dish, and everything. And then there's the ship on the back. And it's actually there's not much to the book either, you know. You know, you get your cast and crew and everything about the restoration, production credits, special thanks and everything, you know, that's in here. But there's really nothing to this. Since I do have the slipcover, though, I am going to reverse it to the front label. Like I said, I probably wouldn't want to watch this again very soon, but I could see myself maybe down the road, like, what are we bored? You know, maybe I watched it again. Maybe it'll be different with a different audience. Maybe if I watched it with my wife or something, or like a friend, you know, it might hit me a little differently. Like maybe something like that. But I don't know. It's just not for me. I also noticed this here, the names, like that looks bad to me. It should have the title up here and then the names down here. You know, it just looks bad. Like, there's nothing over here, but then two names over here by them. That looks bad to me. That's like bad artwork to me. See, they got it right here. You know, the ship, the names, title, characters. Perfect. So yeah, if you saw this movie before and you wanted to watch it again and, like, you know, high def 1080p or whatever, 2K restoration I should say. You know, this is, you know, there you go, here it is, you know. But I'm glad I got to see it finally. I was kind of excited. I did laugh a lot, so it is funny, but I don't know, it's just something about it being that it aged for me and I never even saw it, if that tells you something. But yeah, if you're interested in this, I'll put a link below where you can go and purchase it, and I'll put a link below for the trailer. You can check it out. But in the meantime, if you could give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, follow me on any one of the social media links in the description box, check out my merch store, and if this is your first time here, you know, please hit the subscribe button and give me a follow. And also let me know what you thought about this movie. You know, tell me about the first time you ever saw it. You know, what you think. And all that kind of stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye.